YouTube? This is Charlie426, and today we have a review of a Robot Damashii figure, the Robot Damashii New Gundam. Now, I'm sorry that I wasn't able to make a kit review this week because I was just too tired and busy with all sorts of stuff that I didn't really have much time or energy to build something at the moment. So, I have the New Gundam Robot Damashii, which I have purchased some time ago, and here is the review. Okay, so first of all, as usual, we're going to go with the components and such. Now, I would like to mention that the New Gundam Robot Damashii, this is not a ver anime, and it's actually one of the more easier ones to get even at this point, because I believe this was released in 2012, and despite that, there's still, I see a lot of people selling these, and for a pretty cheap price. I got mine for around $30. So yeah, if you do really like the New Gundam, or if you want to have a New Gundam that's not feeling fragile or that won't break easily, this is definitely your thing. Okay, anyway, let's get on to the review. Now, first of all, what you get, of course, is the New Gundam itself. You get two beam saber hilts. One is on the back and one is actually on the arm. They're different beam saber hilts. I would like to mention that. So we're going to put the New Gundam on the back, and here let's talk about other stuff. So first of all, you get a shield and a shield connector. Now the shield connector works as a clipping point on the arm, and then it has ball joints for connection, so you can, move the shield around. And then we have the shield, very nice. These decals or something, they don't come in separate; they just come in as like this. And then we have very nice colored shield with even the red parts also colored in like that. And then we get some funnel effect parts. Number one, we get funnels, and 6 in total. And yes, you can attach these on the back, which I will show you guys at the end, because I want to show you guys this part first and then later. So the way how the funnel works is that they connect with these small pegs going on, which they work, but I'm not going to say they're the ideal, because some pegs are strong, so once you connect it, they're fine, but some of them are weak, so we still have that issue of some funnels falling off. Also, the way how this works is that you basically open up, and there you go. And we have all these pegs going on, so it allows you to, shut it like that, and doesn't open up that easily on its own. Yes, and this black square area is the part where you actually connect with the back. And then we get 3 funnel beam effect parts. You can see that it's already connected in there. The way how these are connected is that they're just flat plastic pieces, and yeah, there's these holes on the funnel right over there, and then you just need to clamp it shut up and down. So the problem with this is that some of these are not straight, so some of them might look bent, so you can see like it's not, you can see the effect part trying to go out to the other side. So that's one issue. But either way, you have these parts, these 3 long effect parts, which looks like you can attach to the back. And yeah, so the problem is you only get 3 of these parts. So the maximum amount of funnels you can actually connect to the back for these effects is 3. And we have this one leftover part. If you have somehow you have more of those parts, you can use this one as well to attach another one. Okay, other than that, let's look at the hands. Now, currently I'm using the fists, and unlike ver anime figures, this one actually gave us a fist. I would like to mention that. Other than the fist is that we have 2 open hands for posing. Definitely, and the hands are the typical Robot Damashii hands, where the ball joint is on the arm, not on the hand. We get the open ones, and we have these 2 ones that are meant for the beam saber holding hand. So we get both left and right. And we get a trigger finger for left and right, which I just put on the weapon just to save time. So I'm just going to leave one beam saber holding hand right here, so I don't need to show you guys too much. And then we get beam saber effect parts. This one is your standard one, which is meant for the one that is stored in the arm. And this one we get 2 more, one long one and one small dinky one, which is meant for the one for the back. Okay, now we've seen the basics. Now let's look at the articulation. Okay, I'm going to put away the stand and see how it goes. Now let's start with the head. Now the interesting part of the Robot Damashii New Gundam is that it's one I believe, and I've seen and heard from other reviewers, is that it's one of the few Robot Damashii heads that comes panel lined. Yes, it's not. I did not panel line this. This is how it came. So I think that's it. That's one of the unique cases of this one. But either way, the head can go down that much, and then up that much, and then 360 twist. This is as far as I go without forcing it, but if I do force it, I think a 360 might be possible. Okay, now we've seen the head, a really beautiful sculpt. And then let's get the main body. The main body has a nice ab crunch going on here. Kind of has that squeaky noise. And then 360 twist, not possible on the body because it's colliding with the back skirt and front skirt armor. Now let's get shoulders. We have the nice Amro symbol, kind of smaller than I saw it, but either way. Shoulder wise, we still have the back and forward gimmick going on here. So yeah, and it seems like it's connected as a ball joint to the main body. And the arm can go to the side 90 degrees, has a typical, and you can twist the entire arm 360, or you can't, well, okay, the lower arm does twist 360, but not when it's on the side, so you have to lower it down, and you have a nice double jointed bend. And the shoulder arm itself does go up a little bit. And now let's look at the back actually. Now we have the backpack, very interesting and unique backpack. So I should mention that you do get the beam saber and bazooka. I kind of forgot to mention it just because I mentioned the weapons. So we have this empty gap, which is actually meant for the bazooka to be stored in. So we have a peg right over here on the top, and there's a hole there. So all you need to do is just plug it in. Now you don't get a really satisfying click noise or anything, so it may feel a little bit loose or sometimes, but it stays there for the most time. And regarding the bazooka, the handle does have a separate moving handle over there, and very nice, well done colored, even the red parts inside the back of the bazooka. And then if we look at the back section here, we have another hole there, and then the beam rifle also has a small peg on the side. Now this isn't actually mentioned in the manual, I just happened to figure this out. I just happened to notice this, and yeah, it works pretty well. And the handle for this one does not move. And yeah, the trigger fingers, unlike the ones we saw with Ver Anime stuff, they're very easy to plug in. All you need to do is just plug it in from the top. You don't need to jam it in like how I usually do in the Ver Anime stuff. Okay. And I should have mentioned regarding the arms. Now this arm, there's nothing on this side, but on this side of the arm, we have a beam saber, which is the extra. And what I like about this is that you can pull this black section out, or you can pull this black section, and then the small beam saber actually pops out a little bit. That's a nice, fun gimmick, if you ask me. Of course, when you push it back in, it doesn't really go back in, so you need to like push it down and then lock it into place. All right. And then other than that, the yellow parts, the red parts, they're colored very well, even the V symbol on the crotch area. Now let's get the waist section. The waist section is pretty standard. You have individual moving front skirt armor. It can go up that much. Side skirt also kind of moves, and the back skirt also moves as well, so very nice going on. Okay, and then as you can see over there, we have a nice side swivel going on, and you can move the legs forward. Ooh, that's a big squeak. And then it has a nice double jointed bend. Oh, that actually hurts my ears a little bit, but the leg cannot go to the side 90 degrees, but because if you look at the joint over there, there's no open. There is a small open section, but yeah, it's only pretty limited. And if you look at the back of the legs, we have these flaps which you can open to reveal more thrusters. Very nice. And then we have a standard Robot Damashii feet, which is like a mixture of a ball joint and other gimmicks. Alright, so we've seen the basics. Now let's look at the equipment. So first of all, I think I want to get rid of the basic one, so I have less stuff on my set right now. So we have the shield. The way how the shield works is like how the Alex does, where you clip it on. Now, as far as I know, you cannot attach it on this left arm. It only works on this right arm because we actually have those hinges right over there. So you can clip it on, and there you go. We have the shield. And because it's on a ball joint, you can move it any way you want, or if you don't like having it on the side, you can also put it on the back. Pretty much standard. And that's pretty much it. And let's look at the beams rifle. Now the hands, they are pretty easy to interchange because some Robot Damashii figures I have to like push it in really hard, but this one I had no issue at all. And once again, pretty standard new Gundam beam rifle. Yeah, well colored. Now, I should mention I do not own the HGUC version, so I'm not really sure how the HGUC version is or how the funnels connect. So yeah, I mean, I won't be able to answer your questions regarding that. So okay, here's one tricky part. So I'm gonna take out the trigger finger for this one, and then replace it on the right hand because there's something I need to mention. Now, if you're gonna put this on the right hand or right shoulder, you need to be careful with the beam saber on the back because that beam saber cannot move. I mean, it looks like you can kind of twist it around, but you can't. So when you're posing with the bazooka, it's definitely going to collide with the beam saber a lot. But thanks to the moving handle and such, posing it on the shoulder isn't a big problem, but it's the beam saber that actually gets in the way. But if you put that away, you have no problem at all. So I just want to mention that part. So I wouldn't say this is like I say this would be caused by the design, not like in on purpose. So, but yeah, if you put it on the side of the shoulder, it still works. So just be careful regarding that aspect. As you can see, you don't really need to do anything, just slide it in. So that's one thing I really like about this figure. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the bazooka. Actually, no, because I want to show you guys the bazooka connection with the funnels because I'm pretty sure someone's going to ask me something regarding that. For now, let's look at the beam saber effect part. So I'm gonna take out the beam saber, and then all you need to do is just slide it in, nothing else. Just slide it in, and there you go. And then we're gonna attach the special beam effect part. So we got this, and then the small one. There we go. And then even with the beam effect part, you can just slide it in there, I believe. Oops, never mind, wrong hand. You can just, even with the beam saber effect part, you can just slide it in as far as I can say, like that. And it doesn't really affect it, hopefully. And there you go. You have the nice beam effect part, and yeah, this is definitely one of the coolest beam saber effect parts I've seen so far. So yeah. Now once again, unlike the Ver Anime stuff, this does not come with the bent version like we saw from the Prototype Gundam, the Alex, the Jim Ver Anime, pretty much any Ver Anime that uses a beam saber. So yeah, that's one thing. And then we're gonna pull out this one. I'd like to mention like how small this thing is. Like, look at this. Okay, I think I should bring back the longer one, just to give you a general idea. So here's the length of the one on the back, and here is the one that's in the arm. That's like half the length almost. And I'm not sure if the master grade or high grades are like this as well. If you have the like Verka or the 1.0 or the HTUC, let me know. Like, is it really that short? But either way, despite being short, it holds the beam saber very well in a tight way, so it's not loose in any means. So yeah. So I guess as an emergency or extra beam saber, like a backup, I say it's okay. Okay, now we're going into the main event with the funnels. So first of all, I'm going to show you guys the way how you connect this on the back with the effect parts, and then I'm going to show you guys how you connect the funnels onto the back. I mean, store them in the back. Okay, so I think I should go with the biggest one. Now, I should mention there's this small other piece on this bottom. I'm not really sure what this one's meant for. This is a separate piece. It's not really, it's only mentioned in the manual, but it doesn't really show what it does. So I just put it there. If you know, just let me know. So we have this C-shaped plastic piece. What you need to do is you have to clip it onto the backpack on the bottom. Okay, come on. There we go, yeah. You clip on and it's pretty much stuck there. So it's not loose in any means. You just need to put it in there. And then if you look at the side of the backpacks, we have these square holes, right, left and right. This is where you put these effect parts. Now, or effect parts or plastic parts, what these are basically, it gives you another hole that allows you to connect a ball joint. So I have one already attached here. All I need to do is reattach, and there you go. We have these funnel effect parts going on. So yeah, definitely having those open hands with this is going to make it really look cool, which I have done in my picture session. So if you want to check that out, just go to my Facebook page, which is Charlie426. So yeah, and then, well, the only tricky part now, since each end tip is on a ball joint, you can pretty much adjust it if you want. But keep in mind, mine is very stiff, so you might need to be careful because if you're not, you might actually break something. So if yours is a little bit stiff, just be careful. So at maximum, if you have 4 of these things, you can attach 4. But the figure only comes with 3, even 3 if beam effect parts for the funnels. So that's pretty much it. Alright, and with this you can even attach the bazooka as well. So even if you have the bazooka on the backpack, it doesn't really affect the effect parts or connection. Okay, so I'm gonna take this part out, and then now for the main, how should I say, event in a bad way. So I'm gonna take out all the plastic parts. Oh boy, well, this one's not coming out that easily. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, oh boy, come on. Here's one example. So you can see the end tip is a ball joint, and then you can detach this part as well, if I can. So we have those another clear pieces. Now the ones on the back, the peg is on this side, while the ones for the funnels, which is on the side, so which allows you to attach it in a vertical angle. So yeah, so each. Yeah, some of these aren't coming out, so sorry about that. But each end tip for these plastic lines are ball joints, so which gives you an idea how the connection works. And they don't come out that easily. Okay, put these away. And as I mentioned, these effect parts are just pretty much flat pink plastic in clear color. So yeah, at least they don't fall off that easily. I would like to mention that. Okay, now we got those out of the way. Now let's see how this works. Now the ideal way to do this is to, okay, is this the right way? Yeah, I think this is the right way. So we have this black section here, this square hole. You need to plug the first funnel into the backpack, which it's not as easy as you think because it doesn't really plug in that well. So if you're having trouble with the first one, just change the funnel. You try to plug in a different funnel because that might be more easier, because there is one that goes in pretty easy than others for some reason. So you can see I'm kind of struggling, and there we go, we got the first funnel in. You can see, and we have these pegs going on, so I'm gonna do this. Hopefully I am doing this the right direction, because sometimes it's kind of tricky to do this. Okay, and then we get the second one. Well, now keep in mind this part has to come in front. So we have those 2 pegs, and then we have these. Just reconnect. So I'm just gonna connect them in order. I'm not gonna like open one flap and do the other, because just for the sake of connecting. So we got the second one. So when you connect a folded one to another folded one, it's okay because you're connecting 2 pegs to 2 holes. The tricky part is when this next one, I believe, has to be opened up to be more like show accurate. So this is where the problem comes in. So you open it up, and then it has to go 1 up, I believe. So like this. So it has to be connected like this. So in this case, this funnel is only connected to 1 peg. This other one is just there. So at this point, this might actually disrupt the balance on certain things. Now I could be wrong. It's either this one or the one that's next to it has to be opened up. But I'm not going for show accuracy. I'm just showing you guys how this works. So we have 3 more that looks like this. So, okay, there we go. Actually, yeah, I'm doing it the opposite way. So, sorry about that. I could have saved time, but oh well. So once again, like this, since there's only 1. Because the other connection, the other peg in this case is on the bottom, which does not actually reach. So yeah, once again you connect another one. Oh wait, that's not the right area, is it? There we go, we have this other one. So we got 4 in total at this point, and then we have to go up another section up. Okay, and then there's the peg. And then yeah, I have to open this peg up. So when you're connecting this, it can get a little bit confusing, like which peg I should be opening up, which peg am I supposed to connect. So if you look at the side, there's like 6 holes in here. So yeah, that's where you have to like match up where to put the pegs in. So I have to go another 1 up. So I'm connecting both pegs, and yeah. So currently I think I'm being pretty lucky because I remember when I was doing this the first time, like while doing this I had like some funnels fall off on their own. But yeah, I guess I got lucky this time. Okay. And then finally we have the last part, which yeah, I don't think we need the pegs for this one, so I'm gonna close it up and then finally attach it like this. So here we have all 6 funnels on the back. Now I wouldn't say this is like the ideal, because something if you move the back, it's either the entire connection is going to fall off, or like one by one it is going to fall off. And because of this, it makes the backpack it makes the figure pretty back heavy, even with the bazooka on. So you're gonna have some issues making this stand on its own. Currently, you can see like I'm you know, angling it up to the front so it doesn't fall off, but it is really back heavy, as you can see. And that's pretty much it. If you guys really like the new Gundam, and if you want a figure of it, definitely I would recommend the Robot Damashii figure, because once again, it's still one of the cheaper Robot Damashis out there and the available ones. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the review. If you guys got any questions or requests, leave them a comment below. I still have more stuff to buy and build and make reviews out, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!